All right, today we are making oatmeal chocolate bars. They are chewy on the bottom. There is a yummy chocolate middle and a crunchy topping. All of the chocolate lovers in your life are going to love these. That chocolate middle has this fudge-like consistency that is so amazing. It is guaranteed to satisfy any chocolate craving. And today's recipe is available in a recipe sheet. Full-size picture, all the ingredients and directions on the back. If you missed my video telling you all about this new fun project, check that surprise video up there, or down below there is a link on how you can purchase them. And don't forget to pick out your binder that you can put them in. 56 of my recipes are available on these printed sheets that go in this binder. How fun is this? Let me know which binder you pick. All right, let's get cooking. All right, we are going to start with the oatmeal layer, which is actually going to be the bottom layer and the top layer. So we are going to take 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. We have a half of a cup of quick oats. Now, if all you have is old-fashioned oats, just go ahead and throw your oats in a blender and pulse them a few times, and it will make them into quick oats. And a half of a cup, let me double check my trusty recipe card, as half a cup of packed brown sugar. We're going to use just an 1/8 of a teaspoon, no, a pinch of salt, and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Then we're going to add in, I have a 1/4 cup of, I'm using salted butter here, that I have just cubed up. It's going to make it quicker and faster to incorporate. And then I'm going to use my pastry blender. You can use your fingers, you can use a fork, and go ahead and just incorporate it all till it's like a nice cornmeal or real small, tiny pebble-like consistency. All right, so for our oatmeal bars, we're going to just use a loaf pan, a 9x5 loaf pan, and I have lined it, just cut out the corners there of the parchment paper. You could just spray it, but I like using parchment paper because it makes it so much easier just to lift out those bars when you're ready to serve them. So we're going to take this mixture and I'm going to remove from here a half of a cup plus 2 tablespoons. Okay, there we go. That is going to become our topping on the bars. And then I'm going to take the rest of it and we're just going to pour it into the bottom of our pan here and press it down into a nice even layer. All right, let me double check. We're gonna then pop them into a 325-degree oven, and we're gonna bake this for 8 minutes until it just starts to turn a little golden brown. All right, while our crust is baking, we're gonna make that fudgy chocolate filling, and for it, we're gonna need a cup. I'm using semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then we're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of butter that I've just kind of cut up into little cubes. We are gonna take this now, and I'm gonna melt it in the microwave just until that chocolate and butter are melted and I can combine. If you don't have a microwave, go ahead and put it in a saucepan, put it on top of the stove. Just, make sure you stir it often and don't walk away from it. All right, so in my microwave, I did it on high for 30 seconds. I stirred it and then I did about another 20-25 seconds after that, and then just stirred it some more until they were all melted. Okay, now into this, we're gonna add 1 egg. Stir that up. This is what's going to make that fudgy chocolate layer in the middle. Get that all nice and incorporated. You don't want any pieces of egg just floating around in there. Okay, and then we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. All right, and after that's all incorporated, we are going to pour this into our cooled oatmeal crust. After the crust is cooled, we're going to go ahead and take that chocolate fudgy mixture, pop it right there on top, and just go ahead and just spread it into a nice even layer. And then remember that topping we set aside? We're going to go ahead and sprinkle it on a nice even layer, and then this is going to go back in the oven for, again, at 325 Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes until it gets nice and golden brown on top. All right, after they are done, you are going to let them cool for at least 2 hours. You kind of want to bring them to probably room temperature. It's going to be easier to remove them and cut them. But remember that parchment paper? I just lifted that right out of my pan. These are cooled. Look at that yummy fudgy layer in there. You can cut them into 4 pieces or 8 pieces, how many you want. Grab yourself a glass of cold milk. They are delicious. Don't forget, there is a recipe sheet available. Click down below, and I'll see you in the next video.